Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's your boy and everybody else who is listening to this. Just thought I'd clear it up. Anywho, it's your boy King Gabe here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the rough draft of issue 8. But wait a second, Gabe, didn't you already do issue 8? I did. Thank you for noticing. But this is actually a rewrite. It was a major rewrite, I might add, because had some different ideas about the plot, and a lot of it kind of came due to kind of the way I was thinking, like with the characters. And as I stated before, a lot of the characters are kind of writing their own story more so than I am. Yep, as I stated with that guy that is Star Striker telling you what the writer is, or you telling him what to do. So, yeah, it's kind of going that way there. So yeah, we got a major rewrite. And also give you a little insight on future story arcs, which also is another part of the reason why the changes to issue 8 occurred. One major change is definitely the title. It's not going to be love, triangular love. Well, I corrected it. So yeah, I have to. So it was supposed to be a love triangle that was supposed to occur, but that got taken out because it didn't seem like it was really holding up that well there. You know how they say, how does this film hold up years later type of thing. Yeah, it wasn't really holding up. So instead it's called, issue 8 is now titled A Magical Love. Pretty much like those, the same title as a couple of trailers under my Miracle Comic trailers that's also under the Yumeko playlist with Hiko and Naomi. And yeah, you probably guessed, because of that, it's even more so focused with Hiko and Naomi, especially leading into the climax of this first arc. Yes. So chances are it's probably going to be a couple of more issues that will wrap up the first arc from the way things look. And I will tell you some things that I assume is going to happen after issue 8, and also, like I mentioned again, some future story arcs. But be aware that just because I'm mentioning them here doesn't necessarily mean that they might not change when I actually write the issues. So just a heads up on that. But at least you'll kind of sort of know what's coming. So anyway, let's dive right in. And also, before we begin, I'll remind y'all at the end as well, be sure to like, subscribe, also share this video with your friends, buy some of our comic books, and support us on Patreon. Now that we've said that, let's dive right in. So, pretty much gonna start off pretty much like similar to the way it was originally going to start. You know, Naomi and Hiko, this little daydream of theirs. Remember issue 7, Naomi was placed in the hospital because overexhaustion and had kind of overworked herself, and she was telling Hiko about, you know, a little bit more detail about her, you know, being autistic. Hiko also sharing about, you know, the whole thing with him and ADHD, in an effort to, you know, really desiring to, you know, for them to understand each other, more so him understanding, you know, her, in order to really, you know, become closer to her. And of course, Naomi was pretty content, became pretty content. Just really kind of helped her feel better and everything. Said that she felt the most comfortable around Hiko, asked him to stay with her for the night there. You know, sort of like when you go to the hospital, say, you know, you're visiting, you know, one of your family members or something like that, or your loved one, and, you know, they're in the, you know, they're laid up in the hospital, and a lot of times you'll be sitting on the bench next to them, the chair next to them, or something like that. There. So it's sort of like that. And they end up having a dream together, both of them, in the forest and everything, which leads into issue 8 here, as it originally began. They're back in the hospital. Naomi's looking around for Hiko. He comes in the blue tux, sort of have a little playful banner there, and then he magically teleports her to the spring rise. Yeah, teleports her to the spring rise, asking her out there for a breakfast date. They make their order and everything for their different cereals. Pretty delicious there. Definitely check out the previous issue 8 video for the details on this opening part there, because it's coming up where the changes are gonna occur. Then of course, romantic moment of, you're so adorable, you're so handsome, oh Hiko, oh Naomi, oh Hiko, oh Naomi. Sort of like, oh John, oh Martha, John, Marsha, John, Marsha, John, Diane. Oh, I mean Marsha. Didn't see that coming, did you? You thought I was gonna say Martha. I mean Marsha again. Martha, have to save Martha. So there's the romantic talk and them dancing together. And then suddenly now, this is where it changes. Instead, where it was going to be the love triangle and Sakura popped up there, instead, Penubian shows up, much kind of hinting at, when he popped up at the end of issue 7, watching them. So, yeah, he is somewhat in their dream. He pops up there. Hiko notices him. Naomi doesn't, but Hiko notices him. And it's sort of... I may have mentioned about Sakura being a reference to this too, but this I think is more of a reference to back in high school, that one of the girls I had a crush on back then in the restaurant on a date, and like oh Gabe, you got a phone call, and when I got to the back of the restaurant, it was one of the guys that I used to hang out with back then saying, "What you doing with my girl?" and ended up knocking me out. So instead, it's Penubian here. He goes, "We gotta get out of here, Naomi." Then they bump into the servers, like, "Leaving so soon? You didn't even eat your breakfast." Yeah, the server is not who she appears to be. She's a zombie in disguise, much like the zombies that were way back in issue 1. And turns out the whole staff and everybody in there are zombies. Hiko manages to get him and Naomi out of their portal again, but instead of it going back to the hospital, they end up inside of a cave, which is going to be revealed to be Penubian's lair later on, that's hidden inside the mountains there. So they're wondering where they are. And then these gold devil bears come out charging at them. So Hiko tries to portal them away again, but ends up in another room with red devil bears. Devil bears. They're definitely not Smokey the Bear. So Hiko figures, well, since they can't escape, they're gonna have to defeat them. So he does an attack called Grizzly Cyclone, putting all of them in like a tornado thing to disintegrate them into dust. But then the gold devil bears from earlier come up, and this is where Naomi's power awakens. That is completely unexpected. She sees the gold devil bears coming. Hiko doesn't, and just like how Hiko got her away from Penubia, she helps him by taking the cyclone and what's left of the red bears and turning it into a howling blizzard to blow the gold bears away. And he goes like, "Whoa, you can use magic too?" And he starts kind of getting a little hyped up a little bit. I gotta say, that's amazing. That's impressive. I mean, it's even incredibly cool. And then I'll say it in a minute, but I want to show you what happened. I'm not sure how well that showed up. I saw that on SpongeBob. That's when the chief was saying, make out reef. I make out reef. Good times, good times. So, and this was in SpongeBob, by the way. So, like, ooh, it's supposed to be Giffy. This was in SpongeBob, people. So, just in case that didn't come across too well, basically Naomi kisses Hiko deeply, and he goes like, "Whoa, it's not expecting our first kiss, but I like it." And of course, they figured that the two of them are going to have to work together in order to defeat any other enemies in this cave, and possibly Penubian, seeing as how Hiko saw him earlier. So he does suspect that Penubian is probably behind this, which he is. And that's where your cliffhanger ending goes. There was going to be an ending where we went back to the hospital, and there was going to be a moment with Brownie and the other kids. They were going to find out where Hiko and Naomi were and be like, okay, let's go stop Penubian once and for all. But I got something different planned with that, though. So, and to Casey, which I know I'll probably send this video to you, if you're watching and you've probably read the rough draft and seen that ending, because, like I said, I made the change after I emailed you there. So, yeah, that's just heads up. Yeah, that ending has been changed a bit. But all the rest of it is still the same. No, it's just that ending. Yeah, because I got something different planned going into the other issues that's going to be happening with Brownie and the kids. Basically, it's going to be more focused with Hiko and Naomi having to stop Penubian there. So having pretty much a couple battling this evil force and defeating him once and for all. And then, of course, now you probably would think, some of you might think, well, what about Brownie? Because Brownie seemed like the arch nemesis of Penubian, and seemed like they kind of had a tuffle from the beginning of the series. Well, they did, yeah. But, yeah, I figured, I'd do it more Hiko and Naomi, because I got something planned. One of the things I got planned with Brownie coming up, second arc, which will be after I introduce Star Striker 2000. And go back to Yumeko. One of the arcs that's going to come up is going to be involving Brownie with a flashback of how, what happened with him before Hiko and the others arrived there, and his first encounter with Penubian, and also the inclusion of some very special magical items there. So the Destiny items, remember, I think there was a previous video, I'm not sure which one exactly, but I had what was called the Destiny Watch, based off of our role plays with Yu-Gi-Oh! When I called it the Millennium Watch, because the Millennium item. So here it's called the Destiny Watch, and there's an item that Naomi gets called the Destiny Flute. They react to Sakura's Destiny Bow once, everybody finds each other and stuff. And yeah, and then Brownie is leading into the second arc. It's going to be like, I think those are Destiny items. They're like, Destiny item. So then that's what Brownie's going to have to explain, leading to his flashback where, since he states he's 21, and he's 21 at the beginning of the series, so about a few, not completely sure how far back this flashback is going to go, but on said it's going to involve when him and Dashdale and the other plush toys that he was with in issue 1, on the ship and everything. So him and Dashdale, they were at the firehouse, doing the thing, chilling and stuff. And of course, with Gerald was there as well. Gerald and also Billy. And more about them when I actually, get into the issues of that arc. And they met Emily and Anna for the first time. Anna is the daughter of the Barnhart City mayor, and Emily is sort of Anna's personal assistant. Anna, when Anna's parents are out working, stuff like that, Emily is left responsible for Anna, pretty much. And also she also helps deal with things with the mayor. So she kind of works with the mayor's office there. But most of her work is keeping an eye on Anna. And what happened? Anna gets kidnapped by Penubian, and while first thing come to your mind, like, oh yeah, ransom money, obviously, because she's the mayor's daughter. But as Megatron said in Beast Wars, that was a bonus. My real plan was and it led to Megatron with the whole time changing thing. So Penubian's real plan, let me see if I can reword that. He wanted to there was something on the planet Uranus. This is why he goes to Uranus in the first place. And originally it was supposed to be him capturing the Uranian princess, and he took and held her for ransom, and Brownie came and saved the day. Instead, it's him taking Anna, the mayor's daughter, to Uranus, not only just for the ransom money, but for his boss Ramon Rabah. Penubian is instructed to get something off Uranus that is discovered that will that only Anna can receive. For some reason, Penubian or Ramon can't get this item, but only Anna can. It's sort of like, Aladdin, when Jafar was trying to get inside the Cave of Wonders to get the magic lamp with the genie and all that, but he was sending all these different random crooks and stuff like that, because the cave say, "Know this, only one may enter here, one whose work lies far within, the diamond and the rough." And eventually it was revealed that Aladdin was the diamond in the rough, and as Iago say, "That's him! That's the clown we've been waiting." Yeah! Shall we have the guards extend them an invitation to the palace? Shall we? Swell! So the item that Ramon wants Penubian to get him, while Penubian gets the ransom money, of course, is called the Destiny Heart. Sort of like a locket shaped like a heart, and that's what floats to Anna. And I came up with this because the plush bear that Anna is designed is based off of holds a heart. Matter of fact, I got that bear. I got her back in, I think, 2009. That's what it says on her foot, as a Valentine present for Christina. So, bit of a history with that. So, good way to utilize that reference. That would be the part of the second arc of explaining about the Destiny items, as well as the flashback with Brownie. And you would get to see Brownie taking on Penubian, just like he did in issue 1, in more detail, especially with his battle suit and everything on Uranus. This would also, at the same time, also in the second arc, this would lead to what's happened to his plush toy friends. As remember, they got separated from Brownie in the black hole. So then we catch up to what's been going on with them while we were while all the stuff was going on with Hiko and his friends. And it turns out Brownie's plush toy friends are stuck in a mysterious planet that's inhabited by android crab people, and they get rescued by Peter Landago, who is the brother of Emily Landago. She did not know about that she had a twin. They're twins, by the way, but she had no idea about him. Kind of like a sister thing when they didn't know they were twins. And Peter's buddy that's hanging with him, Frederick Fluffles, which is known to Casey as Mr. Fluffles. So that's how Fluffles will be in this series, and obviously with the plush toys eventually having to reunite with Brownie further down the series, obviously, so will Mr. Fluffles, and that will solve his curiosity he mentioned in the video. I heard about Brownie and I'm curious. I say goodnight. and that's kind of why I you know how a lot of how a lot of ladies voice will sometimes voice male roles, especially adolescent boys, like, you know, the female voiceover actresses for Ash and Bart Simpson. So with Mr. Fluffles, I kind of picture that's right, Casey doing the voice for him, and, you know, and sort of having the tone, you know, to make him sound male, of course, the same way that Veronica did for Ash, you know. Which I gotta say, she did a really good job for Ash Ketchum there. It was really funniest episode when she had to voice Ash disguised as a girl in Celadon City. So she practically was, I think that probably was her regular voice, and at the same time trying not to sound too close to Ash's mom, because word is she also played Ash's mom. As I found out from Suede and Linkara. Well, mostly Suede. Linkara was like, what? He didn't know that. So that would be kind of your second arc, dealing with Brownie's flashback and what's going on with his friends. Pretty good way of connecting, sort of like how when the MCU be doing those movies like Captain America and Captain Marvel and the Ant-Man movies, and then they tie right into the continuing plot. I still am. I guess you could say Black Widow has done somewhat that. I have to watch it. I do have it here. This is 2 hours and a half, so we're gonna get to it. You know, amongst all the other stuff that we're doing like this, so we're gonna get to it. Just, you know, to watch, just to see it and see what happened in it. So I guess it sort of had a tie-in after what I saw with we've seen all the Hawkeye episodes. So I can see where it comes in. Yeah. Still wish they had done it earlier, like directly after Civil War, you know, or at least at some point before she died. But, oh well, as Simba say, you can't change the past. So then the other arcs that'll be coming up, share with you real quick. Third arc, they'll arrive in Elmer City. This is where you'll meet Damon Carterton. He was mentioned in a trailer I made about him and Julie Yukashi. Originally, Damon was supposed to be Hiko's rival. He sort of was based off of he is based off an actual kind of rival I had growing up. But yeah, looking back on it, the reason we were rivals in real life, the guy that Damon's based off of, was kind of my fault there. So it wouldn't really, for the way the story is going, the way the series in general, wouldn't quite be a good fit in there, yeah. So, especially with Hiko's character. I mean, yeah, I know Hiko is pretty much me growing up, but there are still some differences between me and Hiko, yeah. So, he's basically going to be Julie's rival. They're actually business rivals. He has his company, Carterton Industries, which is a video game company, and Julie, of course, Yukoshi Corp, which does with toys. And they are business rivals, and so there will be a little bit of that. Then there's also going to be a thing where there actually will be an enemy that both Julie and Damon will have to work together to face, the Kappa Clan, which was a organization that was in My Heroes of Dream series when Sword Girl was first introduced in that. The Kappa Clan. And if you don't know what Kappa is, well, as Splinter said in Ninja Turtles 3, ancient Japanese demon. Some were good and some were very bad. Although I highly doubt there would have been any good one, but, fiction, Fiction works differently than reality. Just gotta keep telling ourselves that. Everything in fiction is not all, pretty much keep it in the fiction. Yeah, so, anyway. So, yeah, Kappa Clan, they have to deal with them. Got some work to do with that. But, I mean, that's a while, because I got, the brownie thing to deal with then. This will be the third arc. So, I got a little while before that, and especially Star Striker between each arc, So, almost thought I saw the calendar up there move on its own. So, anyway, gonna wrap up this video, and then I'll go run out screaming. Ah! So, fourth arc will be, they will get to Webster City before Jordan City. Jordan City is the capital of the Douglas region, by the way, where they will meet the current king at this moment. So in Webster City, they actually see a lot of human-like people, pretty much humans like them, and it's like, okay, so it's more than just plush toys, in this world. Okay, we got a town of some humans, and they seem like they're really nice, maybe too nice. Turns out these humans are actually dolls brought to life, DOLL dolls. And I said that because I didn't want you to think that I said dog. Dolls. Now I sound like my speech teacher getting me to say duh. So anyway, these dolls, especially the female ones, pretty much capture her body. However, Melina, when they first enter this town, before they realize that they're dolls, she's uneasy about this town and these people, and yeah, that's pretty much why, because they're dolls. And she manages to, get a hold of Tim, and this is what kind of inspired me to go back and make, Hiko and Naomi defeat Benubian in the first arc, because in this fourth arc, Tim and Melina are going to be kind of the heroes that save everybody from these dolls. There'll be more detail when I get to that, of course. And one of the things about it is that, according to Casey, she wanted Melina to just be a regular person. She does know self-defense. She can know all that stuff. Tim, pretty much the same. One thing she mentioned is about Tim having healing ability. Unlike where Julie had, can levitate stuff, and it's gonna. Oh, and in third arc, there will be a destiny item for Julie as well, that will unlock some hidden powers amongst what she already has. And of course, we know Damon has the Destiny Orb. So, in Tim and Melina's case, Tim just has healing ability. I guess pretty much like say you can you place your hand on a person that's injured or something like that, and they're instantly healed. One thing I'm kind of, and I'm going to talk. Now this is not confirmed yet. I have to talk with Case on this, but and she'll probably, and obviously she'll see the video and probably give me a response after watching this. I'm gonna find out if, you know, like Melina, Tim can pretty much just also be a regular person too. Because with the Destiny Heart that Anna gets, Anna would actually, it would actually make sense that Anna has the healing ability. I mean, hearts. Sort of like Mati in Captain Planet. Hi! I can sense you all. So it would kind of make sense of something like that being in Anna's case. And the advantage of doing this, like Melina, since, you know, no special powers like Hiko and Naomi or Sakura and all that. Tim being like this too, this sort of has a bit of a Hawkeye Black Widow vibe, kind of. So to the fact that these two are the ones that will save the day in the 4th arc with all these dolls and stuff and get everybody back, is a way of proving, you know, even if a character doesn't have superpowers, they could still be just as much of a hero. So yeah, pretty much like with the Avengers, how they have, you know, Cap with, you know, when Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who choose to oppose his shield must yield. And as he say, unless you're playing or a bum or somebody, then you choose to take a nap, and the ice seems nice. Or the extended version, unless you're playing Arbor or somebody, or a brainwashed buddy, or Spider-Man, then you don't necessarily have to yield. And of course, Iron Man with his, you know, suit of armor and brains. Hulk with his, well, did I say more? Hulk smash. Thor, he has a hammer. He has a hammer. And also, he can do lightning power without the hammer. And also now he has Stormbreaker. Anyway, but then you have Black Widow and Hawkeye, who basically rely on pretty much like with Hawkeye's bow and Black Widow. Well, it's some I think she does have some gadgets on her, but yeah, it's mostly her fighting. Yeah, pretty much like Batman. Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of the thing with Tim and Naomi, except the archer in this series is Sakura. So I think I have to look back at issue 1 because I know Tim has a weapon. I'm not sure if I wrote it in there, but I do know he does have a weapon on him. And of course, Melina would probably have one. So yeah, they would pretty much be. So yeah, like I mentioned, they're pretty much the ones to save the day in the 4th arc. And as far as I know, with the 5th arc, that's when Taikari is going to be introduced. That'll, of course, become Hiko. That's Hiko's cousin, based off my actual cousin, with her traits and with a lot of her traits. And being that she's a little kid, you know, 8, he's brought up in this castle of Jordan City under the acting king, and is sort of spoiled. They run into Ramon Raban there, who is really spoiling her as a way of distracting her from, you know, finding out what he's really up to. And of course, there's gonna be on that arc, you will get some focus with Hiko, you know, because that's his cousin and everything. But there's actually gonna be a lot of focus with Zayden in that arc, because Taikari starts flirting with Zayden, and Zayden just kind of goes along with it there, because hey, a princess, and she give him his stuff. Okay, so what's up? So Zayden's pretty much more in love with the stuff that he's getting from her, and yes, so yeah, it's kind of gonna dive. While introducing Taikari and finding out a little about her, you're also gonna dive into Zayden a little bit more so in that. So that's pretty much what I got so far. Of course, the details will be as each issue gets written and goes along. And of course, we also know some kind of way there's going to be the introduction of characters Julius and Sadie, as mentioned in one of the trailers, you know, with them being pirates, and also one of their arch nemesis, Shay Rio. So, yeah, so there will be that. I think that when they meet up with them, they would sort of lead them into from the Douglas region to the Johnson region. Of course, we also have to have Brownie reuniting with his other plush toy friends. That's quite a bit to play, and I'm right. Yumeko is pretty much turning into DuckTales 2017 in the MCU right now. Yep, and of course, it's like, well, what are you gonna do with Star Striker 2000? Well, you'll be finding out when I finish this first arc and I introduce him. So you'll find out then. But I do have quite a bit in mind for Star Striker 2000. But you'll find out when I start writing out his first arc after Yumeko's first arc, because I'll have a better mindset of where it'll probably go. So, that's all I got for this video. Quite a bit to say. And little reminder, once again, make sure if y'all like this, you hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, buy some of our comic books, and support us on Patreon. Support us on Patreon. And do that head move. Like, you better support. You know what? You better support us on Patreon, okay? Like Nuka and the Lion King. It's like, I'm not scared, okay? So that's pretty much it. Go on and get ready for this toy review. Gotta go on and do it. Still got a pretty good amount of battery energy left, so go on and get that done, and then I guess process them, and should have them up. Might not be today, but probably the day that I'm recording is Sunday, so they'll be up. When they're up, you'll see them. See you guys later.